Hello friends and welcome. I'm Sara Lihz from Sassy's LLC, and today we're going to make a light up card using the candle light from Pear Blossom Press. You push the button, the light goes on, and then you can blow out the candle. Yes, really. And I'm using the Just Add Cake card making kit from Spellbinders for our cupcake element. So there's a cupcake die set in the kit, but there's a bunch of other die sets as well. Flowers, sentiments, this monster that I love, a champagne bottle, and then like a hand that holds mugs. It also comes with this 3D embossing folder that we'll be using today, stamps that we will also be using today, and then there's shaker elements and shaker domes and this like splatter effects and a beautiful chartreuse. There's a whole bunch of colored cardstock that I'll be using along with cards and envelopes. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to begin by assembling my cupcake. I find it's easier to light the project up when I know exactly what size my cupcake is going to be and where that candle is going to fall, so I can get the placement of the light just right, but also the placement of the element that's on the light that lets us blow it out, okay? So this one comes together pretty quickly. There are 3 pieces to make that cupcake wrapper, and then there's this optional bow element. I think it was put together or designed really cleverly because the sort of back of the bow loops fit perfectly behind the front of them, right? And so I don't have to do any guesswork. I don't have to worry about deboss details and lining everything up. So that worked really quickly. And then there is a drop-in piece you can use to just add like a sprinkle layer on top of a background layer for the frosting. But I really love the look of a smooth frosting with these great dollops. So I'm using my 2 lightest gray shades of alcohol markers and then my clear colorless blender just a little bit. And I'm coming in all of the places on the frosting where it gets narrow, and I just create like a little swoopy. I did that first in the lightest gray marker, and then I brought in the next darkest just at the edges and on the very bottom. Okay, I smoothed out some of those edges with my colorless blender, and that was it. It is ready to go. I'm also going to add this flower. Now, the light piece is intended to line up perfectly on top of the dark piece, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to look a little fuller. So I offset them. And then there are 2 separate pieces that comprise the center of the flower. So I did one in like a dark blue, like a cerulean blue. It's so beautiful. And then the next in some metallic cardstock because I like that extra shine on there. The cupcake actually sticks up quite far in this one. If you try to put it down any further, it's going to poke out the side. So be careful when you assemble that. But I'm going to add that guy, and then I'm going to add my frosting on top. Sometimes I will ink blend on top of the cake parts to make it look a little more cake-like, but most of it gets covered up anyway. And I really liked light and bright for this one. Once I get those 3 pieces put together, I will add my little bow onto the front, and it's gonna hang down lower than the bottom of the cupcake. Not a big deal for me and the way I'm sort of designing my layout. And I'm gonna add 2 little leaves to the side of our flower. This is gonna be the only decoration, but there's actually a bunch of dies in that set that you can use to make a variety of elements to put on top of your cupcake. I cut out the flame from yellow, and then I'm going over the wick and just the little bottom piece that I'm going to add glue onto with my black alcohol marker. When I'm using a candlelight, I'm looking for a wick that's pretty thin. I need to poke a hole in my cardstock so that when I blow the candle out, that air will hit the candlelight itself. And to me, that's easier to do when the wick is pretty thin. So this one works brilliantly for it. I'm going to add a little glue onto my candle, and then I'll add the flower on top of that. I want it to overlap the bottom of the candle. I do think it looks slightly funny placed where it is when you can see where the candle meets the cupcake, right? Like it probably would have entered the frosting a little higher up. But with the flower covering it, I didn't need to clip anything shorter. So then I'm going to work on the card base. I've cut 2 of my arches out of blue, and then there's this add-on set, like a color block accent set for the arches, and I'm using that too to create this really lovely background. I want to curve my sentiment, so I'm using the stamp that says Just Add Cake, and I have taped my arch, my blue arch, to the front of my Misty, the door of my Misty. And then I'm gonna stamp Just Add Cake. It's actually onto some acetate that you just can't see, but I stamped it down, and then I'm gonna tuck this into the corner of my Misty and see if the placement's right. It should be. I lined it up so that it would be, but sometimes I'm off. This time it works brilliantly. So I'm gonna stamp that on here and just give it firm, even pressure. I'm not trying to squash it. I don't want the stamp to squish down and then my letters get distorted. And then that's it, right? I can now run this through my 3D embossing folder, and I promise you'll still be able to see the sentiment. I added just a little moisture on the back to try to avoid cracking. I did still get just a little bit. So if that happens to you, you can use like a pen and go over any places where you've sort of lost your ink. So I'm lining up my candle, and I poked a hole right behind the wick, and I'm gonna bring in my candle light. It's really easy. I put the battery in, I push the button, and then I blow it out. And on there is a little black dot on the metal part. I want that black dot to show up right behind the hole I poked in my cardstock, and I'm testing it, and it worked. And while it's working, I am gonna go ahead and tape that to the cardstock. I'm just using a little low tack tape, but I'm gonna trace around it in case I end up having to move it later on down the line. Then I'm gonna put my card front panel together as well. So this is really easy. I'm just using that Color Block Accents cardstock piece. It's in this beautiful sort of pinky purple, and that's gonna fit perfectly on top of the blue arch. They're really designed to work together. I've seen sets like this, not in arches, in other things where you would have to like cut one and then flip it over so you would see the back of that die cut. That's not the case on this one, and I really appreciate it. So I can't just add that blue panel onto my card base. I need to put some foam tape in there because there is quite a bit of dimension from the candlelight. So I'm using a 3mm foam tape. I went all the way around the outside edge and then just filled in the middle. I also added some double-sided adhesive tape to the back of the candlelight. I did not remove that mint tape, the low tack tape that's holding the candlelight into place, because it doesn't really matter if it stays in there, right? And I was afraid if I took the tape off that the candlelight would move. I'm adding wet glue around the outside edge. It's gonna hit that card back first, and that will give me just a little bit of wiggle room in case I didn't get it lined up perfectly the first time, but actually we got pretty lucky. And then I'll press down firmly, which gives me a great opportunity to blow out my candle and double check and make sure that everything's still working the way that I want it to. Then I am putting glue all over my cupcake and candle, and I sort of wiped it off a little bit. I want the candle flame to attach to the card base, but I don't want to end up with glue in the hole that we made. To create the actual card, I took another of that largest arch and I scored it about 1 inch from the top. I'll fold it back, add some glue, and then attach it to our card front panel. And we are ready to go, my friends. This was so quick and easy. This is maybe the fastest light up card I've ever made. You press the button once, it lights up, and you blow out the candle. If you don't blow it out, it will turn off on its own after a little while. I did make a handful of other cards using that kit. I know kits are an investment, so I thought I would show you those real quick, especially because some of them have interactive elements in them as well. This one has 2 different versions of a rotating mechanism. So we have the arm of our monster and then the hand with the mug. There's also a shaker card, a clear card with a unique shaker element in there. They're over on my YouTube channel at Sassy's LLC. But here is our card one more time. Press the button and blow out the candle, my friends. I hope this inspires you. Check out Candlelights today and be sure to subscribe to the Pear Blossom Press YouTube channel so you don't miss out on more inspiration. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I will see you next time.